Hey, my name is Nick, and for the past 5 years, I've eaten whatever the hell I wanted to and managed to be lean throughout my full fitness journey and eventually ended up looking like this. Staying around 11 to 12% body fat year-round without ever having to restrict the foods I wanted to eat or go on a diet. But how can this single handsome specimen of a man who has saved many children from burning buildings and volunteers at dog shelters daily manage to eat whatever the hell he wants and stay lean while others have to struggle immensely to lose a single pound? Well, in today's video, this buff man who spends way too much money on Chick-fil-A will show you his ways. Because sometimes even eating healthy can still lead to weight gain. And it all comes down to the fitness industry's favorite term, calories in, calories out. I've definitely talked about this in a lot of my other videos, but today I'll be going super in depth so you can look like my best friend, Chris Bumstead. My boy Chris loves me. Anyways, let's get started. What are calories? Calories are basically units of energy that measure how much energy your body can take from foods and drinks. Yeah, I got that one off of Google. We can categorize foods into high versus low calorie dense foods. In short, high calorie dense foods makes it easier to gain weight, while low calorie dense foods makes it harder to gain weight. But do not relate high calorie dense foods with unhealthy foods and low calorie dense foods with healthy foods. Low calorie foods usually just have a lot more water content, which makes you a lot more full without as many calories, but they can definitely still be unhealthy. While high calorie dense foods are super dense, making it so much easier to eat more calories before you get full. Okay, that knowledge is basically the tools you need to start managing your weight. But what do you do with all this information? You can start picking out high versus low calorie dense foods based on your goal. If you're trying to lose weight, start eating more low calorie dense foods. If you're trying to gain weight, try to start eating more high calorie dense foods. And boom, your problem is solved. No problem. Okay, so it may not be that easy, but that's the general idea. And just for some background, some low calorie dense foods are berries and citrus fruits, vegetables, lean meats, seafood, any low-fat stuff, and your favorite, sucralose, I think, which is just a low-calorie sweetener, which is in things like zero-calorie Coke. High-calorie foods consist of fats, oils, nuts, and nut butters, sugary snacks like candy, and unhealthy snacks like chips, sugary drinks, alcohol, and your favorite, fast food and processed foods. Love me some McDonald's. This is definitely a really broad categorization, so I encourage anyone who's watching this video just to go see what foods they eat on a daily basis and see how many calories those foods have, just so you have an idea where you stand. Okay, so since fast food is a high calorie dense food, you might be wondering how I maintain my weight while going to Chick-fil-A and eating whatever I want. There's another rule to calories in, calories out. You could hypothetically eat like shit and still lose weight as long as you're in a caloric deficit, meaning eating less calories than your body needs to maintain its current weight. But I highly recommend not eating cookies to survive, even if you are losing weight. Your body needs a healthy and balanced diet so you can perform well. And I think it regulates mood too, so if you don't want to be depressed, fix your diet. Wise words from a wise man. So yeah, don't survive off of fast food. And if you do, get the healthier options. Like when I go to Chick-fil-A, I get the grilled chicken sandwich or I get a salad. Those are just some healthier options you can choose from. But you don't always have to be healthy. I always give myself a cookie cream milkshake. I mean, if you're going to Chick-fil-A and not getting a cookie and cream milkshake, you're not doing it right. But it's all in the moderation. You just have to find that balance. Now you might be asking, how do you get yourself in a calorie deficit? One way is by burning more calories than you consume. And you can do this by exercising, and I would highly recommend cardio. Cardio burns a lot more calories than something like weightlifting, but on the other hand, weightlifting builds muscles, and muscles passively burn calories. So just do both. You also just burn calories by being you, by keeping your heartbeat going, chewing, digesting food, occasionally doing a triple backflip. All these things passively just burn calories. So if you can increase your activity levels to the point where you're burning more calories than you're consuming, you're gonna start losing weight because you'll be in a calorie deficit. Another way to be in a calorie deficit, which is the easier way, is just to eat less calories than your body needs to maintain its current weight. So if you needed around 3,000 calories to maintain your current weight and you started eating 2,500 calories a day, you would start losing about 1 pound per week, which is super good. And this is just so much easier because you can just cut out a simple snack and you'll be there. You'll be in a calorie deficit. Okay, so the big question, how do I manage to eat whatever I want while still looking good? I just mentally track and I just adjust from there. No problem, guys. Okay, so maybe that's not the best explanation, but let me try to explain it. I weigh myself pretty much every day. If I'm too heavy, I'll eat less calories. If I'm too light, I'll eat more calories. Hence Chick-fil-A. And if that sounds too simple, that's because it kind of is that simple, I think. Oh, also, just another important thing, I don't snack snack on things like chips, and I don't drink any sugary drinks like Coke. Those things have so many calories, so it's just best to avoid them. If I do want a snack, I usually just get beef jerky and cheese, which honestly tastes a lot better and helps me reach my protein goals. If I do want something to drink that tastes really nice, I'll just get a Propel back in, just 10 calories, get my electrolytes in, and have a nice drink. So eating whatever you want and still staying lean all just comes down to your choices and the fundamental understanding of calories, which you now have. Now you might be wondering, if I don't eat snacks like chips or drink stuff like Coke, can I really say how I can eat whatever I want and still look aesthetic? Well, in my opinion, yes. I really have no interest in indulging in things like chips or drinking Coke because I know there's usually a healthier alternative. If I want waffles and maple syrup, I'm gonna get waffles and maple syrup, but I'm not gonna buy the maple syrup that has 150 calories per serving. I'm gonna buy the one with 10 calories per serving. There's usually always a low calorie alternative, but if there is something that you really want and there is no low calorie alternative, I would say still get it, but just do realize you're gonna have to lower the calories you eat that day or do cardio to make it up. It's all a scale. You just gotta keep it balanced. So to the people that you know that can eat whatever they want and still not gain weight, it's because they're either physically active, passively burning a lot of calories through stuff like big muscle mass, or just because they're not snacking around. All right, it's all in the scale, all in balance, people. So if you can find a healthy, sustainable way to balance that scale, you too can eat whatever you want and still stay aesthetic. I don't follow any diets, and I always go out to eat with my friends, not really having to worry about my calories because I know if I can just balance it out, I'll be good. Losing or gaining weight is not about deprivation, it's about moderation. You can definitely treat yourself, but also remember you have to make up for it, right? You definitely need awareness and self-discipline. Like if you're gonna get a cake, maybe eat the cake, but just like try to get rid of the frosting because you know there's a lot of calories in that, and yeah, you'll be set. Trust me, you got it. That pretty much sums it all up. Just remember to balance the scale and you'll be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.